welcome back to the Lowe's Kitchen series. You are cooking with Mac. We got another special one here for you. Right now we're going to dip into the snack session. Now, as I said in the previous episode, we are dipping our toes into the water. No pun intended. Again, we're doing another seafood edition here. Now, I promise you, for y'all seafood people out here, this might be the one that doesn't cross all the checks, but I promise you, it is something that I grew up on, something I know that was passed down from me. And if you're a food lover, what can you do? You gotta love it, right? So this one is fairly simple. I'm pretty sure y'all have heard of it, especially with the lakes and stuff out here. If y'all are fishers out here, you already know about the catfish, right? Catfish can have a bad reputation on their hands, but the way we do it over here is Catfish Nuggets. That is going to be the snack here for y'all. For y'all catching fades, throwing up L's, needing a good little snack, this one's going to hit every single time. For your girl out there, maybe she's a seafood connoisseur, this is one of those that's going to throw her off. This is one of those kind of like hood kind of special, like this is real low back. This ain't high class, but man, this snack just hits the spot. It's one of the things that I love, that I fuck with. And honestly, I just wanted to share it with y'all because it's one of my snacks that I go to. So maybe this doesn't hit all the check boxes. I think it does. You take this to any kind of gathering, anything like that. It's a finger food. Pick it off real quick while you're chilling, watching a fight, basketball game, chilling with your girl. Got some people coming over. You didn't really want to do too much. I mean, I'm telling you, the seafood culinary, once you master it, it's a wrap, I promise you. So we're going to go ahead and dip into it. Make sure you pour up. Make sure you tell your girl, hold on, it's going to be a little bit. And then get this ready for your next, the holidays are coming up, so get this ready for your next little gathering. It's a good little finger food. Catfish Nuggets. We're going to go ahead and jump into it. Hope y'all vibe. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Definitely want to start with some cornmeal. Okay. So go ahead. Put the cornmeal in. It's going to be one of our main ingredients here. Okay. I'm going to throw it all in. I ain't have that much, so we'll go ahead, put it all in this mug, and I got a hole in it anyway, so got to use it. Alright, so now we got the cornmeal in there. I'm going to go ahead and add some Cajun sauce, okay? It has fire. It says it's fire, so it's going to be a little spicy. I like a little spice with my stuff. You already know how we get down. So we're going to go ahead and add this spice in there. Okay, smelling really good. Get your salt in there. Can't forget the pepper. Gotta get the pepper in there, alright? A little cayenne pepper don't match. Like I said, I like a little spice, okay? Freak it up however you want it. Alright, put in a little bit more of this this Cajun persuasion. Okay, so this is the rub that we are going to use. So we're going to mix it up. Oh, shoot, I spilled a little bit. Quick fix. So we're going to use, so let's put a little bit more in here, right? I'm going to be using all this in here. Okay, it's going to have a nice little kick to it, okay? So if you guys don't want the kick, you do not have to use the Cajun sauce. Alright? The cornmeal, salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of your little favorite spice in there will help it out. But the main thing is the cornmeal is the main part, right? We're going to put the fish in there and put it right onto our little skillet, okay? So now that we got a nice little mix, let's go ahead and get the catfish going. So we got our catfish. So what we're going to do, go ahead and put a couple of these bad boys in there, right? Shake it up a bit. Make sure it gets covered. Definitely want it all covered. Okay, flip it around, do what you got to do, don't be scared. A couple of these mugs, I like to put a couple at a time, let it all soak in. all do its thing. Let's kind of let it soak in, right? So while we're doing that, while we're letting that little marinate there for a little bit, let's go ahead and get our skillet going. So we got our skillet. First thing we're going to want to do is spray this mug down. Spray it down. Never use too much spray. Alright, today we're going to use some canola oil. So we're going to definitely put the oil in. Going to need a lot of it, right? Because we're going to be frying these bad boys. Alright. That should be good. So now, go ahead and turn the temperature up on this mug. So now, we got the oil in. We're going to turn it up here. I like to gauge it between 300 to 250. Don't want it to boil too much here. But yeah, once we get this going, we're going to let this pop a little bit. And then we start putting them in one by one. You watch it, flip it, and put them away. Fairly simple, snack-ish. So now this one, it does require time, but it does require having to be around and watching it, flipping it, make sure it doesn't stick, because we definitely want the corn, the cornmeal, the ingredients, all that. We definitely still want that to be present in here. We don't want it to stick into the pan. That can happen, so you do have to watch it. Okay, so now that we got a couple of these here going, go put our first two in here. As you can see, we got ours marinated here, so go ahead and put one in there as it starts warming up. Get some of these bad boys in there. All right, now as we're waiting, put some more of this bad boy in there, put another one in there. You know what I'm saying? Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Shake it up. Let's get this all going. Put all the sauces in there. Spare no expense for it. The more the recipe gets on it, the better it's going to taste, okay? So now we're putting a couple more in there. Mix this mug up. Some of y'all can use a top and just shake this bad boy. I like to kind of just let it do its thing. Flip a couple up there. You want to get a little fancy, you can do all that. Just make sure you get everything when you're in it. You know what I'm saying? When you're in it, you want to make sure you get it. Alright? So I'm going to put a couple of these bad boys in here. No one wants to go out without their friends, so put a couple of their friends in there with them. They cook better, have a better life, right? So now we got it popping. You start to hear it. Bad boy's about to start frying. In the meantime, we reloading, double tasking, multitask. Best way to live. Mixing up more, always on the ready. Gotta have them always on the ready. Use as much as a skillet as you can. Alright, flipping these bad boys. Getting all of it as we can. Alright, so putting some more of these bad boys in here. Letting them fry, baby. Just like nuggets, man. Just like frying some chicken, right? But we're just doing it with catfish. Do with some catfish. Reloading, always reloading. You gotta use them all up. Getting some of these going. Probably should have used my hands because this mug is hot. But we do what we do out here. So now we got some of these fried. You're watching them move. Now my whole skillet is filled up here. So now we do the watch thing. Let it cook for about 5 minutes. Flip. 5 minutes. Flip. Okay. What I love about the cornstarch is you can't eyeball this because you want to make sure it turns golden brown. Okay. So go ahead and watch this. It's been about a couple minutes now. Starting to heat up. Everything's looking nice. Been letting them cook here for about 5 minutes. Good to kind of flip them around here. Like I said, we don't want these, your ingredients that you mixed them up with, powdered them up with, you don't want them falling off, okay? They will stick, so you do got to be tentative with this, all right? You got to watch these bad boys. These hoes will run wild if you let them. So, go ahead, flip them, keep them moving, make sure they don't stick. Feel real good. I'm telling you, there's no better moment, especially, this definitely hits one of the check boxes for me as far as, you're catching a good fade, having a good conversation. You don't really want a meal because you just want to keep the good times going. Having this going in the background, eating this as you're sipping, having a good time, man. I don't know how many times, countless nights that I've had where you just eat these bad boys, put a little hot sauce in that mug, and it's all good. Normally my pops is the one that showed me this, right? So normally he makes it with the cornstarch and other stuff without the spicy stuff. So I like to eat it with hot sauce. This, we put a lot of that Canyon sauce in it, so it should eliminate that. But again, I feel like hot sauce is like, it's like milk to cereal, right? You can never not have hot sauce, right? So I'm not gonna say it's gonna eliminate that, because to me that just seems physically impossible. But looking good, man. It's smelling good. Flipped it. Let it ride for another 4 minutes. Flip it again. Like I said, we're looking for that golden brown. We'll make it look pretty, baby. So, as we're doing this, you already know it's beer time, man. Pass the time. Roll a L up. Talk to your girl. I don't know, maybe get your clothes ready for work the next day. Plenty of stuff you can do to pass 4 minutes. I know I talk that city boy shit, and you're looking at this, and you're like, man, that's some country shit. And it kind of is, man. Some catfish do remind me of some country shit. I meet some ditch fishers, some other people who are fishers, and man, they love them some catfish, man. And I ain't got no problem with that, man. If it's country, it's country. This shit hits the spot, especially when you're on a nice fade, need a nice little snack. You know what I'm saying? This really do be hitting it, man. And if you don't agree with me on this, it's all good, bro. It's all good. That's what's good about the cooking show, man. We hit all kinds of varieties around here. If it ain't for you, the best part is I got other episodes of other food that you might like. Alright? So, this may be the one you skip, but I promise you, man, you all missing out on some really good stuff over here. So, you flipping these bad boys, letting them cook, letting them boil, a little fry up. It's not boil, but fry up. Honestly, I need to get my boy on there because plenty of nights we've done the crawfish. Boil that crawfish, and oh man, talk about when you're on the fade. That's a nice snack too. I'm gonna have to get him on the next season so we can do that and show y'all how we really get down over there. Promise you, there's nothing more better than some seafood, man. I'm a sucker for some seafood, man. I don't know if it's just because I'm from the beach and I'm used to that around here, man, but for my desert dwellers, man, I promise you I will not steer you wrong. Some good stuff. We let this fry. Go ahead, zoom in on that bad boy. Catfish nugget. Notice the golden brown. Looking good. And go ahead and put it on the plate and sign out for y'all. Promise it ain't gonna miss. And just like that, we got ourselves some catfish nuggets. Notice the golden brown. Perfect. Put the right seasoning on and you won't need your sauce. Or hot sauce, I should say. And you guys already know my rule. If it requires sauce, that it's not done right. So make sure when you're mixing the cornmeal and put enough ingredients in there, depending on how much cornmeal you have. Promise you, when you're having a nice little fade, chopping it up with the homies, maybe even watching a movie with your girl, something to just pick finger food, man. It's just that easy. When you're at a special event, maybe it's a potluck, anything that requires a dish, man, finger food is always the easiest. Take one or two. You put enough of the ingredients in there, it doesn't smell like Chinatown, it doesn't smell like a girl that ain't washed herself, you know what I'm saying? It just tastes good. So I promise you, this will work. Snack section of it. Hey, I know for my desert dwellers out there, it's hard to convince y'all that the seafood is the way to go, especially when you guys are getting your shit from Elephant Butte, right? Or the Rio Grande. Promise you, man, step outside your element a little bit, change your game, get outside your box. Don't be afraid to be you. Just because you're used to red and green don't mean you need to do that shit all the time. It ain't about the red and green chili, alright? Step outside the box. Just because Abuela don't make that shit don't mean that you gotta step out. Maybe sometimes you gotta step out your box to find out who you really are, alright? So don't be afraid to test the waters. That's all we're doing right here. I got some really good seafood stuff that I'm gonna mix up with some other stuff that's gonna be grand. So, but again, if you stand firm in your beliefs and you don't really want to do it and it ain't red and green or whatever that bullshit that you guys have been raised on, then you can skip these episodes, homeboy. It ain't gonna hurt me at all. Just know that we're gonna continue growing. I'm gonna continue building up your arsenal. Continue providing you with ingredients, food that's gonna check off all the lists. I want to thank y'all for riding with me. Catfish Nuggets, the golden brown, catching a nice fade, watching Netflix and chill, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cold outside. Finger food's always a good way to go. Any kind of potluck or anything, finger food is always the way to go. Hope you guys enjoy. You guys stay cool. Peace.